everybody, welcome back to yet another episode of our series Power People, which profiles the huisos of the music business industry. And today, on this very special episode, we have with us Mr. Sanjay Ahire, Executive Director, Percept Life. We welcome you here today, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Jasvi. Thank you for having me.
So, Sanjay, sir, firstly, I would like to know about your journey so far in the music business industry and the live events industry.
Yeah, so it's been a while. It's been a
Yeah.
long while. I've been in the many industry for 25 years,
Hmm.
starting with 1999. Uh, my first assignment was with Sony Music, where I learned the ropes of music marketing and generally media marketing.
Yeah.
And from there on, I've worked with different media verticals to understand the key uh, consumer points, be it music, be it a record label, be it a radio station,
Hmm.
television network, digital media. Worked with India's leading companies. At Percept, in my last role here, I was looking at marketing for Percept Pictures. Uh,
Hmm.
in fact, both the 4.5 years that I was part of Percept earlier,
Hmm.
that was my key role. Also looking at monetization, selling of assets, revenue management. So those were the roles. In the earlier part of the career, most I was leading marketing functions,
Hmm.
moving to general management. And I also worked with Ernst and Young as a subject matter expert on media. So that gave me a outside-in perspective at, of looking at media as business and look at the areas of be it revenue enhancement or cost management or launching of new businesses within the media verticals.
Hmm.
So yeah, last few years after I started artistivity, it was more exploring the various performing arts,
Hmm.
uh, not just music, but uh, meeting hundreds, thousands of artists, onboarding them, understanding what the challenges that the regular Indian artists face, and
Yeah.
how to deploy digital tech, live entertainment, uh, to sort of amplify, enhance, resolve the issues that emerging artists face. So yeah, so that's been the journey.
That's great. So, secondly, I would congratulations firstly on your new role as the executive director at Percept Life. So, how do you balance your entrepreneurial spirit with the need to drive stretch start the growth basically in large established organization like Percept? What are some of the key principles you look after?
Yeah, so actually, the business of media overall is entrepreneurial to
Yeah.
begin with.
Hmm.
And how you respond to the insights that either a consumer research throws at you
Hmm.
or through your network of artists, your network of brands who want to create meaningful, experiential sort of engagement with consumers. So that's always, you're always on the lookout to innovate, to bring interesting combinations of artists, to bring,
Hmm.
be it international artists, or to figure out new destinations, new venues where large format music festivals can be set up. So to begin with, it's a very passion driven, it's a very uh, involved creative industry. So the key to look at it is that you should be able to have that ability to look at each project as a P&L,
Hmm.
and have teams that follow your company's, your brand's core values when it comes to delivering those properties to clients.
Hmm.
So it's basically that.
So, do you think, Sanjay sir, that this is the very, very good time for brands to collaborate with music festivals? You have you seen it? That in Diljit concert, also the brands are
Yeah.
interested in collaborating because he was promoting the brand on the concert, live music concert. He was doing that. So, do you think this is a very good time for this marketing?
Yeah. Yeah, experiential was always at the forefront of the consumer engagement. And in last few years, even not just the traditional brands,
Yeah.
but even a large part of the D2C brands, the whole
Mm.
D2C ecosystem that's developed. Now there is no retail there. There is no physical interaction with the brand.
Yeah.
For D2C, for fintech, for the usual traditional music festival brands, for everyone, it's opening opportunities because it's your engagement no more, it's just physical. It's a
Mm.
hybrid sort of engagement where consumers discover, uh, exciting music properties, festivals, interesting brands, mostly on social media, and from there the journey of actually having a physical interaction, be it in the form of sampling, be it form of various contests that brands run, experiential is becoming at the heart of it. Also, the digital media has now actually given you tools to sort of target and profile your customers by location, by age group, by their preferences of what sort of entertainment they like. So,
Yeah.
some of these things would have taken a lot of effort earlier to have that kind of finely tuned target segments, target groups. And
Mm.
now you can design experiences for the audience that the brand wants you to define.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So, as you said, that the digital media and the content production and the media tech industry and the live entertainment and music industry is growing rapidly and it's evolving every day, I would say. So, what do you believe, are the most significant trends that are shaping these sectors, and how is Percept Live positioning basically to, stay ahead in this competitive space?
Percept Live has always been a pioneer,
Yeah.
be it creation and growth of Sunburn and similar other festivals. Even in the film, the entertainment space, Percept was one of the first few studios to make animation movies, make cause-related cinema, uh,
Yeah.
create properties to sort of launch first-time music directors, actors. So I think it comes from a deep passion for what we do,
Hmm.
and tech is always evolving, right? At this
Yeah.
stage now, we could be talking about particular things as Web 3.0 or a blockchain or, coins and AR and VR. And uh, but even 5 years back, it was something else. So tech would always be there to help you fine tune your proposition, add those wow delight elements when it comes to delivering these sort of experiential solutions to consumers, to clients, to artists. So at the top end of the segment, there is always better sound design, better stage design,
Hmm.
better decor, better entrance and exit experiences. Uh, so when a large big artist is performing to 20, 30, 40,000 people capacity,
Hmm.
so top end there are those issues of do we have the right infrastructure?
Hmm.
Do we have the skilled resources to manage the entire experience of entry and exit?
So,
Uh,
do you think we
can
have
be
right infrastructure in India to,
At the top end, there is. It
Okay.
can always get better.
Hmm.
So at top end, it's not a problem or a challenge, but it's rather a drive and desire to present these artists in the best possible way.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's where innovation comes from. So then that be it in terms of your 3D glasses or
Yeah.
armbands and small things you do, light designs. So that's like everybody wants to be at the forefront of it and learn what is new. So at the top end of the segment now, earlier people also looked at festivals and concerts as physical events.
Yeah.
Now, even Coldplay is being live streamed on Star. So
Yeah.
now that's another area where you are doing large scale physical events, but you also are
Streaming side.
creating digital content. You have the tech required to do live streaming of it. You have the tech to sort of deliver this at a for a scale audience. So those are the sort of challenges there. When you come to the mid to large artist and mid-sized events, then those have the challenges of how do you market these events more effectively. Now,
Hmm.
typically the curators in the ecosystem are often artists and creators themselves, whose time really goes in conceptualizing the creative part of it
Hmm.
and also curating artists accordingly. So there are about 70 to 100 medium to large festivals uh, in the top 12, 15 cities. So these guys face a different kind of challenge. They
Hmm.
want help to monetize their IPs better, marketing of these IPs. Even the production setups, the design, even there could be more improved experience.
Yeah.
When you come to the lower end of the market, where it comes to smaller clubs,
Hmm.
emerging artists,
Yeah.
uh, there pretty much everything is unorganized. So it's
Yeah.
largely dependent on individual clubs. Artists have to themselves go and find these gigs. The payments are often not on time. These gigs are also not promoted the way they should be. So the venue guys, there are obviously great exceptions, but most are themselves either new or do not have the skill set to, add real value to this.
Yeah.
So that is the sort of, and when on a bigger plot, obviously we are nowhere where
Hmm.
advanced countries are. The
Hmm.
appreciation, the respect for artists, for art. So we have none of that.
Hmm.
So if you are an artist at an emerging level, you are pretty much on your own.
Yeah.
So
So, mhm.
at a government, at a regulatory point, there are things that you can do, beyond just
Hmm.
the copyright law.
Mhm. But Sanjay, so that Pacific Life also focuses on development and monetization of the IPs, such as festival and concert tours, obviously. So how do you identify, emerging talents and IPs, unique IPs, and what strategies, do you use to transform them into profitable and sustainable properties?
We first is Sunburn. Uh,
Mm,
Number of years of creating, growing Sunburn as a large in Asia's top 10,
yeah.
festivals. It's only Sunburn. So
Mm,
it's the support, it's the passion, it's the involvement of all those brands that have throughout the years, supported us on creating and reaching new heights of Sunburn.
mm,
Now it's over the then 16, 18 years now is the same ecosystem of people who love live experiences, who love artists. Uh, so it's like a network of about 400 to 500 brand managers, marketing managers, various media agencies, and who these are the people who have collectively, contributed to make a property that all of us are proud of. So then using that expertise, we offer it to any festival directors, any festival organizers, even other media companies who could be exploring this space. uh, we are more than happy to, open what we have learned and our insights and the process we follow to basically get you improve your monetization at the same time add strategic things to your festival IP, which will help you in a longer term.
yeah. So anything new we can expect from Sunburn Festival? Any new strategies you used to
Well,
elevate
Sunburn is
performances?
Sunburn is now part of Book My Show. That's
Yeah.
been 2, 3 years now. Uh,
Okay.
but the learnings that we have from that are, invaluable. So we
Mm-hmm.
are using that to now, if you look at the consumers, dance, EDM music is a segment of the overall market.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
there is obviously there is Bollywood. So we have
Mm,
a very interesting, exciting IP called Bollyboom, uh,
mm.
which is a huge calendar. We will be announcing that next week,
Okay.
about 60 plus events.
Mm,
We also targeting to do the largest Holi festival, which happens at the same time, runs like a, Holi festival, but is done in different cities.
mm,
There is one also a very big artist that we are very proud to be associated with. I can't tell you the name right away, but announcements will follow soon. So
mm.
the calendar looks busy from February onwards. We will be
They're some of the upcoming projects, right?
yeah
Because my next question was that only.
yeah yeah.
Okay, okay, that's great. So, Sanjay sir, how much time you were with Sony Music?
Oh, Sony was my first job. About two
First
years.
job. So, how did your experience at, Sony Music shape your approach towards, this business development and particularly in media and music sectors?
Yeah, Sony was a dream job, you
Yeah.
know.
Mm,
Mr. Vijay Singh was the CEO that time, Sridhar, Sanujit, all my colleagues there, Rahul,
yeah.
Sahas, and the network that we had. And it was also the time when cassette CDs, music retail was still relevant.
Mm,
It was a key part of how you would create your entire promotions and marketing campaigns.
mm,
Uh, so in that sense, it was like a media FMCG business. So you needed to have the time you take to distribute, the terms that you offer to distributors, and the old saying of, in a physical environment, jo dikta hai, wo bikta hai. Or
that's,
you start liking songs that you end up hearing most often. So
yeah.
airplay was a big part of what music companies did, distribution, uh, engaging, and then interacting with the creative talent, be it the directors and writers and actors. That was also quite something.
Mm,
Key lesson learned there was actually follow your product, you know.
mm,
So then it always comes down to it could be an individual song, it could be an album, it could be a movie, but you look at who is the core TG and who
mm,
would find most resonance with your product.
yeah.
And then it's finally fine tuning that definition of who would love to have to
Mm,
hear this song, watch this movie,
mm,
and then scaling that up.
yeah.
Uh,
That's great. So your experience spans across, media sector and radio to digital media. So how do you, adapt these strategies from one domain like film marketing at Pacific Pictures to another like live entertainment and content production at Pacific Life? What is the code?
yeah, as I said, the product is at the center,
Mm,
you know, because that is the only way to let creators create something that they themselves very strongly resonate with,
mhm,
instead of going the other way around of trying to figure out who are the consumers and let me. That's also a route.
mm.
But I believe strongly on this that you define the product, uh,
The audience will attract by
and
themselves.
the audience touch points will then change for a live
So
event, for
how
a
do you
movie.
anticipate shifts in audience preferences? Like how does Pacific Life ensure that the offerings resonate with both local and international markets?
So some parts of it you can for yourself sense, like much before this whole debate about box office
Yeah.
and Hindi films not doing well started.
Mm,
You as a movie goer knew that something is wrong. I'm going. and looking forward to exciting releases. But it has happened on multiple occasions that the second half of the film is shabbily put together. The story is, the makers are not doing justice to the product. So lots of consumers, much before this debate started, had already given up on visiting cinema or even expecting that from Indian releases. And at the same time, now that you have OTTs, you have global players, you have mainstream films, European films, art house films, anything you want.
Hmm.
So then it's like, why am I spending money to watch mediocre, average films? They may be coming from bigger banners or bigger actors, but it's not doing justice to my appetite of consuming exciting content. So of course there are enough industry reports and weekly data is available on what people are watching, how many people are watching films, listening to radio, even OTT. So all that data is there, but at the heart of it is you as a consumer can sense lots of these things. If you are a fan of that genre, you know. So if you are a fan of indie music, you would know that, oh, the organic indie bands, because of there is lack of any ecosystem support, lots of bands are not able to realize their full potential. So there are multiple bands who have released amazing albums, one
Hmm.
album,
Hmm.
and then nothing has happened post that.
Yeah.
So I guess if you are following a particular genre of either films, music, dance, and you yourself as a consumer, you get a sense of things, and
Yeah.
data just adds to that.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
how your footprints in the perceived life will, drive innovation and the rise in revenue models? What are you, looking forward in that terms?
We always want to give the best live entertainment experience. Now, that's a combination of who the artist is,
Yeah.
combination of how that experience is delivered. So it comes down to having the best tech, best audio, best sounds and best lights and best stage design. And the third part of the actual customer interface of how they discover you,
Hmm.
how they where how and where they buy the ticket, you know.
Yeah.
We are just focusing on that. We are Percept is a bunch of people who are very passionate about creative arts, uh,
Hmm.
and different genres. So the whole thing comes from there.
Hmm. So how do you see, live in entertainment industry in next 5 years from your eyes?
We are sitting at a place where we could be looking at a 5 to 7x growth in
Hmm.
overall media and entertainment industry.
Hmm.
Even now, if you compare it with the developed markets, Asia, India in particular, is the fastest growing market when it
Hmm.
comes to live entertainment.
Yeah.
Now, this growth is coming from not just the large format festivals, but live entertainment is also going closer to where people are. So there is a increase in the number of clubs, restaurants that used to earlier, not so many clubs, restaurants
Hmm.
would have live music happening. But now that has gone after COVID essentially, 2 to 3 times more. So this growth will continue.
Hmm.
The focus on large format, bringing international artists as headliners, big Indian artists tours. This is also going to take off.
Hmm.
So we almost have a entire whole new layer of 30 to 40 artists who are not yet superstars, but each one of
Rising
them
star.
have the potential to become the next superstar.
Big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, even on the emerging artist front, it's looking very exciting. Uh, the sounds and the way people are creating and approaching what they want to say is really interesting. Cross-border collaborations is also going to be a thing.
So what are
Indian,
the
Indian,
upcoming?
yeah,
So what are
Indian
the
artists going abroad.
yeah
Uh, that's also one
stages?
huge track,
Mm,
like some of the independent artists have also started
yeah.
organizing it on their own. So there would be a lot of traction on the festivals, medium-sized festivals, uh, localized entertainment, community-based engagement, not just for music, but
Mm,
the other forms of performing arts will also come. Yeah.
mm.
So
So the future looks bright.
yeah, future is always bright.
So what are the upcoming collaborations lined up, and what all we can expect from Percip Live now?
We next week will make an announcement on
Well,
entire lineup, so it's better to address it there.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So thank you so much, Sanjay sir,
yeah,
for your
yeah.
time. It was a pleasure to have you here. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, and
Same
all
here.
the best.
Lovely, lovely chatting with you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me.
Thank
Bye.
you.